Hello, and welcome to today's episode of Pros and Politics Podcast, where we are polished and poised for greatness and impact. My name is Kahala, and I'm your host. Today, we're journeying back into Black business, and today we have a husband and wife team who the wife has the best cookies in the world, okay? So we are going to meet with Anthony and Detra Norwood today. Hello.
Hello. How you doing?
Good morning.
Hello, cook my people. My people, okay? I am a sugar, it really shouldn't be, but I am a sugar fanatic, okay? And your cookies have literally changed my whole life.
Yeah.
And I said, well, what better people to have on Pros and Politics Podcast to talk all about their cookies and their business than the two of you. So welcome. So please tell me, introduce yourselves.
I'm Detra Norwood. Good morning.
I'm Anthony Norwood.
He watching you. Yes, yes, Mr. Norwood. Okay. And so tell us all about Delicious Delights.
Delicious Delights is our unique cookie company, and we just bake everything with love. Everything is baked from scratch.
I can taste it.
And we just love, baking deliciousness for everybody. We like for it to be something that everybody can partake in, and we just enjoy creating new flavors, but it's also customizable for everyone's taste buds.
Awesome. What you got to say, Mr. Norwood?
I'm just super excited and proud of my wife. As you guys know, I was the first customer. I was the original taste tester. And when I had this cookie for the first time, my mind was blown.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh my God, this is the best cookie I ever had in my life. And I quote her, she says, it's just a cookie. And I'm like, no, this is more than just a cookie. I've had just cookies. This right here is amazing. So I'm just super excited and proud of her.
Well, you should be proud because when we tried it, so we had an episode some weeks back with Tawanda Story. And our wonderful producer, Chris, was like, I got these cookie people and they good people and this husband and wife team. And I mean, Kahala, you love sugar and sweets. And I'm telling you, these cookies will change your life. And so we called you and delivered. Okay. So a knock at the door, we taping, and here comes Anthony with the cookies. And Chris bought us cookies. And when I tell you, he was like, you got to try them before he leaves. Like, you got to try them before he leaves. And we tried them and they are amazing. Like, you are so gifted because, again, you have all of these others. We won't even name their names, okay? But, you got some good cookies out there, but your cookies are phenomenal. And so the story of how it came about, of course, is very moving, with the whole, the cheer up gift and, baking for your guy, and it just turned into what it's been. So from that taste where it was just the most wonderful thing you've ever tasted, walk us through where we are today.
You want to do it or you want me to do it?
You can start.
All right. I love telling this story. This is one of my favorite stories. So I was laid off from work and she was working from home, and she said, hey, I'm on break. Would you want some cookies? I'm like, sure. Now, at the time, we've been married for 12 years. So she comes around the corner. She brings this cookie to me, and I taste it, and I'm like, oh, my God, this thing is, where'd you get this from? I'm like, I didn't see you leave because it was COVID. And she said, I made it. I said, no, I'm from the Show Me State. She's from the Volunteer State, Tennessee. I said, I need you to voluntarily show me that you made this cookie. So she made another batch. And I said, I'm upset because for 12 years, I've been getting cookies, just regular cookies. I don't know what you did.
That was special.
Where it came from. But this right here, this is the best cookie I ever had. And she was like, it's just a cookie. And I said, no, this right here, this is something.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even put it into words. And she was like, boo, it's just a cookie.
It's the love and support for me, y'all.
And I said,
If your husband not riding like that, you don't want him. Okay.
So I said, the world needs to taste this cookie. And she was like, ain't nobody gonna buy this cookie. I said, challenge accepted. So I got on social media. I just made a post. I said, hey, my wife just made these cookies. Best cookie I've ever had. I need like 5 to 6 people to try these cookies. Mm-hmm. And people was inboxing like, I want to try the cookie. And she made some more cookies. I delivered them. I said, just do a post for me. And they did a post. I think one, Vanessa, she said, I took a bite of the cookie. I looked at the cookie. I looked up to the heavens. I looked back at the cookie and I just said, oh my God. And I was like, I know, right? And just to see other people experience what I've experienced. Mm-hmm. And so then I think we got about 20 orders that day. I said, hey, you got 20 orders, 20 dozen. And she was like, what? I said, I don't know. People loving the post. And so we took the 20 dozen. The next day, I believe we had like 24 to 26 dozen. I'm like, and when I said the light went off, I was like, hey, would you like for this to be a business? And we've never had a business. And so she's like, I don't know nothing about business. I said, we'll figure it out as we go. Because you got the main product. So let's just go off of this. And the rest is history.
So just to see the way that you all are really like advertising and marketing your business on social media. I am a social media person. I'm a booker, even before, from my days in politics, you can't be a politician and not be on social media. But the way that I see you all promoting your business, it's great because it's like they always say, people may not like it, people may not love it, people may not share it, but keep promoting it because they watch. Mm-hmm. Trust and believe they're watching. And so I see how the business is growing on a daily basis because you're like, oh, it was this company or that company. I think you said Nelly tasted the cookie or something like that. I was like, okay, with Nelly tasting the cookie. So I said, I've got to have them on so we can have a conversation and the world can know about Delicious Delights. So tell us about the name and the branding. Like, where did baby girl, because I told you she looked like my Katie Poo when she got puffs in her hair. So where did your branding and your name come from?
So the branding, so Delicious Delights, it was a little bit difficult to come up with a name, but it's Delicious Delights by Uniquely Designed. So the name is inspired by my husband's, his, I guess, drink. I don't even know how you would phrase it. The goal is to have more than one company. Mm-hmm. So it's set up in a way that we can put it under different umbrellas. So mm-hmm. Uniquely Designed is going to be a different branch. So Delicious Delights is the cookie portion of the branch. And the girl is inspired by just a vision that I had for the company. And I just wanted it to be family friendly. Mm-hmm. I wanted everyone to know that it's a Black-owned business. Mm-hmm. And I also wanted everyone to know that it's something that everybody can enjoy because who doesn't love kids? Like it was just a vision and I needed it to be clear in what we're representing and what the goal was.
I love it. And I get the whole, like I can connect to what you just said because family friendly, wanted everybody to know it was a Black-owned business because that is important. And just you had a vision because I know for myself, I have 3 logos. I have a main logo. And then of course there's my Black woman with the string of pearls. That's one of my favorites, but it was a vision. Like I saw it in my head. The Lord gave it to me and I'm a horrible artist. Like I cannot draw a straight line to save my life. And so I'm sketching it and giving it to my logo designer, Joseph Anthony. And I'm like, and he just turned it into. So to see your vision, like that is so important to your business. And it gives you such a push, right? You saw it in your head. You knew what you wanted it to mean. And here it is. And I love my mug. Y'all see my mug? I love my mug. And I will be rocking my sweatshirt. Please know that on another episode of Pros and Politics Podcast. But I love your branding. It is so family friendly. And like I said, it connects to me. Like Chris even said, that does look like cake poo. Like that looks like my 4-year-old daughter. And so it's so many things that endear and will endear people to your company. You're beautiful and you have such a sweet spirit. And this, your hype man.
Yes.
I said it earlier. I'll say it again. If your husband ain't if he ain't riding like that, I don't want him. Okay. Your husband came in here when we met with Tawanda, and he couldn't stop talking about you. He couldn't stop talking about how talented you were, and he couldn't stop talking about them cookies. So if for no other reason I was gonna get them cookies, because I'm like, well, this man, I just got to support this Black business and this Black family because this is just amazing. So what you all have going internally in the house,
Mm-hmm.
it's coming out, and it's a beautiful thing. So what are like challenges? So if you were to tell somebody, you know, who just had that epiphany moment and they got this idea and it's the best whatever, the best edge control that they've ever had, the best cookie, the best whatever, and how would you encourage somebody, you know, as you grow your business? Like, it hasn't been long, but at the same time, there's a lot that's going into your process. Mm-hmm. So what would you tell somebody today if you were talking to somebody thinking about it today?
Someone who's just thinking about starting a business, I would recommend do some research, see what all programs you can have that you can find that are available. There's a ton of free programs that will train you and teach you things that you may not need right away, but you can put them in a toolbox for later because you'll definitely need them at some point. So I would definitely encourage to do some research. Mm-hmm. If you get discouraged, just keep going. Find ways to really tap in and encourage yourself.
Because that discouragement is real.
It can be.
It is real.
It can be. So I definitely recommend keep yourself encouraged. Find a good support system. Find people to hold you accountable and be able to receive the different levels of accountability. Because it is definitely a challenge and you have to be pushed some days. Some days pulled, but just keep going.
He's laughing. So what do you have to say, sir?
I would say, like I tell her a lot of times, to say, hey, it's like a hurdle. When you get to a hurdle, you don't just stop at it. Mm-hmm. You jump over it. You may trip over it. You may fall, but you get back up. You go to the next hurdle. Like even in our marriage, I always tell her, we have a great marriage. And surprisingly, I look forward to the times when it's going to be hard. We're going to have the conversations because it's going to happen. There's no smooth sailing marriages out here. Mm-hmm. So thankfully, we are a God-fearing marriage. We have a God-fearing marriage. We look to Christ every day, always. The good times and the bad times, you know. I tell her all the time, I'm not perfect. I'm going to upset you. I'm going to make you cry. That's just the human in me. I don't mean to do it. I wouldn't intentionally hurt you. But when it comes to business, there's going to be things you don't know. There's going to be things I don't know. So what I do is I say, help. I need help. Hey, here's my issue. Can you help me? No? Okay. Can you help me? No. Can you help me? Yes. Okay. Here's this. Okay, I don't know this. And I just keep going and keep going. We just had a conversation the other day. She needed help with something. I said, okay, listen, I don't have the answer, but I know about 13 people. I said, I know 13 people that are business owners that may be able to help you. And I said, call them. And I said, okay, I'm waiting. I said, did you call them? I'm on top of it. Did you call? She said, I'm gonna get to it. So I said, okay, you're at this hurdle and you stopped. So I called those 13 people or texted them. Hey, my wife has this issue. I don't know if you can help her or not, but could you tell her something? You know, give her your knowledge of how you jumped over this hurdle. And I believe all 13 called her at the same time or in the same, section. And she was like, oh my God, I just got 13 calls from these people. And now I'm even more overwhelmed. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I know they were all going to call you at the same time. But I tell her, when you get to somewhere where you don't know, somebody else knows it. Somebody's been there. And so I don't have all the answers. I don't. And I would never say, I know it all. No, that's not me. And so I would say, reach out for help. put that flag up. Help.
Yes.
Because closed mouths don't get fed.
Absolutely.
You know, I always tell people, if you're starving and I don't know you're starving and I'm with you every day and then you die from starvation, what's the cause of death? Oh, he starved to death. I was eating in front of him the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he never told me he was hungry. So if I don't know you're starving or hungry, I can't feed you. So all I'm saying is just let me know you're hungry and we're gonna break bread. So
both of you said so many wonderful things. First, the research. Because so many times in life, right, it doesn't have to be about business. We jump in head first without doing the research, without knowing what it is that we're getting into. And then we end up failing or fine for lack of preparation.
Yep.
Right?
Mhm.
So the research, and then that gives you the knowledge and understanding that you need to be successful and to keep you from failing. And then where you said, ask for help. So many people, we just get so self-sufficient, right? And then we're scared of the judgment. We're scared of, somebody saying, oh, well, I thought she would have known that. Or I thought, but it's the fear.
Mhm.
And so we can't let fear stop us. And you want to ask for help because I say it all the time. And he, Chris is very humble. He just kind of tries to blow it off. Like, I would not have my platform without him. Like, I didn't know how to start a podcast. I knew what I wanted to do and I had this great idea and he loved the idea. But without Rockin' Horse Film Studio, like, we wouldn't even be sitting here today. So it's about getting the help that you need to be able to, and then you connect with good people, right?
Yes.
And then they help you get to the places in the spaces that you're trying to get. But again, if I never reached out to him, it wouldn't even be a thing. And then most importantly, what did you say? You have God at the center. So God at the center of your marriage. So then he's at the center of your business. And I know he's at the center of everything we do at Pros and Politics podcast. And I know people laugh about how, the vision is not a conference call. Cause I know I be calling him and he'd be like, oh, okay, but I'd be like, I'm just telling you what God said. And then he'd be like, okay, so we gonna figure it out. Because I'm like, it's just having God at the center of what you do. You're always going to get to the destination. Mm-hmm. So success may look different to different people. It's obviously not going to look the same for all of us, but all things are going to work together for your good. And it's really working out for y'all. Because when I tell you, I stand for y'all. And so you all are in my algorithm. So I see what you post and what you do. But when he took them pictures, that was it. I hadn't even tasted your cookie. And I was like, is that cookie? Is that real? Like, that exists? Somebody made that so I can eat it. And so when I tell you I am a sugar fanatic. So again, connecting with the right people. Mm-hmm. And so you said, oh my goodness, when I mentioned those pictures, tell me what the pictures did for your life.
I don't even want to cry, you know what I'm saying? It's just so.
They were amazing.
When I saw the picture, the cookie with the milk.
Dripping up.
That, let's see. It was, I'm trying to put it in some kind of order. I may get it wrong, but it was finding Jesus.
Finding your wife.
Marrying my wife. Graduating from college.
And then them cookies.
It's top 5. I mean, it's shot up there.
He's amazing.
Like, and when I saw it, I said, "Listen, I got a feeling we're going to get sued so much because I need this picture on a billboard on the highway, any highway, all 3 of them, all 4.
Folks don't run off the road.
Just look, oh my, boom, and then the next boom, and then I'm like,
well, they can call Jocelyn Sandiford Services if it's a problem, but
Chris."
He did it.
Chris did that.
He did that.
I think I texted him and I said, I love you. And I was like, dude, man, you don't know what this did to me. Like, yeah. So I promote Chris just as much as I promote Delicious Delights.
If you promote Rockin' Horse Film Studio and Chris Michaels, raise your hand. Okay? He laughs again, but I tell people, and he be like, "Oh, well, you got it. You got the platform, and you the no." So many connections, so many things. And like I said, the way that he uses what God gave him to give to other people. And I know he's sitting over there like, I cannot believe this whole thing that shifted to me. And did. But no, those pictures, they were life-changing, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah. So y'all got to go. In a minute, we're going to get to all of their platforms. Y'all got to go and look at them cookies. And you can go to Chris's site as well, to his Facebook, and see those cookies. But so the cookies came out and it blew up. Or the pictures came out and there was sellouts and whatnot.
Increased calls, text messages, inboxes, definitely a ton more inquiries. It's definitely been picking up.
And you all just had a major milestone victory. Tell us about it.
So we celebrated 2 years. 2 years in November. Oh, and so it's been a lot. I'm trying to process everything. It's been a lot. But we also received our keys for a shared space.
There it is.
So
it is.
We are moving forward. We're not letting fear hold us back. So we're moving forward into our shared space and just looking forward to quite a few new things that are coming up. So we would have to tell you to be on the lookout for those. So
that kind of goes into one of the last things we'll talk about. It's only up from here. So what you can tell us, you got the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
When I was standing, I saw that. And where y'all going? What's coming? And then we're gonna talk about what you brought today and how to reach you, but it's only up from here. So where are we going?
So the goal is to see what happens in this shared kitchen space. We're going to experiment with some new things. The goal is to be able to cater to more people. There's a very high demand for sugar-free cookies. Also, the vegan cookies. And yes, those are things that are in the near future. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, those are coming. There'll be some new flavors added to the menu as well this summer. So got a few new things coming out.
I have a very, very, very special guest that will be coming to Pros and Politics podcast in the near future. And so I've already talked to Chris, like the gifts that I'm planning for that individual. And so y'all already know Delicious Delight is going to be part of that. And it's going to have to be something custom.
Okay.
With some custom colors. And so, yeah, we'll have a separate conversation about that. But when I say I believe in connection and connectivity, and I have connected to my cookie people, like this is right. So there will be conversations, there will be collaborations, there will be all kinds of things, and always shared on the platform. So let's talk about what you brought today. Let's talk about what you got going right now before the new flavors pop. What you got going right now?
Right now on display here, we have the chocolate chip with Reese's Cups. We have the white chocolate macadamia. We also have white chocolate without macadamia because we would like to make sure we're taking care of everybody because not everybody likes nuts in their cookies. Mm-hmm. So you can experience both flavors with or without the nuts. And then we have the red velvet cookies and cream. So the red velvet cookies and cream, those are a hit. That's one of the top sellers. Pretty much sell out of those every day. And then we also have the caramel chocolate pecan, which
Love them. Those are my favorite.
Yes, those are also in the top. Yeah, the top 3 or 4. So that's what we have available today. And
how can we reach you? Like how do we get the cookies? And then did I mention he delivered that day? I'm gonna say that again for anybody who didn't hear me. He delivered that day. So how do we reach you?
So we can be reached at 636-229-9785. Or if you're a social media person, we're Delicious Delights. by UD LLC on Facebook and Instagram. We also have the website that is currently under construction. However, if you leave your information, there's a landing page where you can input your information. We'll reach out to you. And the website is www.deliciousdelightsbyud.com.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So that's what you have today. And I'm not, don't worry, I'm not going to take all of them, but we're going to have the pecan caramel today, and I'm going to take them to my kids too. They loved them, by the way. My children loved your cookies. So that's how we reach you. Like I said, there will be more collaboration in the future. I am so happy for you. Like,
Thank you.
This is only the beginning, and I just feel it. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel that this is going to turn into like the company of your dreams. And everything that comes out of UD it's just going to be, today it's going to be cookies, tomorrow it's going to be something else. And to the point that I'm going to have to get on y'all's schedule. I'm be like, can y'all come back? Like, oh, y'all in Dubai selling cookies. Okay.
Yes.
Well, hey, I speak those things that are not as though they were. We don't play here at Bros of Politics Podcast. We have vision.
Yes.
Okay. This is what we do.
Yes.
So we are so happy that you came on and for everything that you're doing.
Thank you.
And will you come back?
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we can't wait for you to
Yes.
come back.
Yes.
But thank you so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank
We
you
appreciate it.
to the Norwoods. So thank you for tuning in today to Pros in Politics Podcast, where we are polished and poised for greatness and impact. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you join us again next week. But in the meantime, please like, love, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you next Friday. Bye-bye.